excited to be speaking to Reese Burns today. Reese is the Senior Sales Manager at Shopback, which is the leading cashback platform in Australia. Firstly, I just want to say a big thank you for speaking with us today, and I'd like to kick off by asking, how is 2022 going for you guys so far?
Thanks for having me here, Kelly. It's a pleasure to be here. 2022 for us so far, it's been a really interesting year. We're seeing record spend from customers at the moment, and I think if we kind of had to define what it is so far, it's the year of travel. It's back with a vengeance. For example, we've seen nearly $100 million in revenue spent year to date on Shopback, with people booking their holidays, which is a bit of revenge travel if we've ever seen it before. It's really interesting as well to see the booking behaviour. About 44% of all customers are booking a holiday that's within 7 days' time. So we're seeing some really good reactivity to good cashback rates from great providers, helping people enjoy their holiday sooner, which is really cool. From a merchant side, I think it's really interesting because we're starting to see some challenges from that supply-led inflation, and we're starting to see merchants look to more channels that have maybe a better return on investment or return on ad spend than the historical giants of Facebook and Google. We've onboarded, for example, over 200 brands this year on Shopback, including the likes of Pet Circle and Samsung. So really exciting year so far.
Yeah, awesome. And I'm glad that you mentioned the piece on ROI, because that is going to become a more important topic in the coming year for sure. I'm also really excited to hear about travel brands, because that is obviously a vertical that's really important for Partnerize. So excited to see that that's actually growing again.
Growing well and truly.
So I'd love to know, how can advertisers make the most out of working with you?
Yeah, we're working with over 2,000 of them now, and we've got a whole bunch of different tools and strategies and techniques for advertisers to really get the most out of the platform. I think if we look at who Shopback is as a platform first, it's worth noting that we're app first. So 80% of all our transactions come through on the app. So already we've got a bit of a unique proposition in terms of how we can add value to merchants and where we're going to send customers. We know brands spend so much money on ensuring like a super smooth customer experience for the app environment, way more so than mobile web, because they know customers are stickier in the app, they've got a higher CLV and a higher purchasing frequency. So at Shopback, we can actually deliver customers straight to a brand's app. This is what we do for the likes of eBay, for Booking.com, for Amazon, for Agoda, all these big players, so that customers have the best experience from the outset. I think as well, being app first gives us like a very unique advantage in terms of exposure packages that we can offer. We've got one in particular that's resonating very well with our top tier brands, called Flash Sales. Because we're app first, we're able to send a push notification to our customers at any point during the day and essentially interrupt their day, get them to drop what they're doing and shop. This is why we see the likes of eBay, the iconic Maya, Lululemon, Rebel Sport running these all the time. It's got the added benefits of being super high when it comes to a cashback rate. Why that's great is because we see much higher AOVs and much greater spend from customers, which means more money for the brands. And also with a high cashback rate, we see a real low barrier to entry for first-time customers. So we're able to see a lot of new customers come through for the first time.
Yeah, awesome. And I love that you're talking about app as well, and the importance of just being app integrated. And it's something that we've actually been ensuring that we're speaking to our customers about, to make sure that they're ready to transact and be able to work with guys like you who are app optimized, and whether that's working with their own third-party SDK or whether they're working with the Partnerize SDK, just ensuring that journey is optimized from a user perspective is super important. So moving beyond app, I also noticed that you guys launched product search this year. I'd love if you could tell us a bit more about that.
We did, and we're really, really excited about it because it completely changes how customers interact with Shopback. Historically, it's been very brand and logo led, and now customers are coming to us searching for what product they want to buy and not knowing where they're going to buy it from. So a lot of value for merchants and a lot of value for customers as well, as we help them make the smartest shopping decision for them possible. We've got about 75 million products live at the moment from Australia's biggest retailers. So really broad inventory, including you can go there to search whether it's AirPods, get the cheapest Dyson, whatever it might be. And excitingly, it's not just product search that we've launched. We've got an action-based rewards system, which we call Shopback Challenges, because it's much punchier title than action-based reward systems. But it's a really, really exciting concept, and it empowers brands to use Shopback in more ways than ever. Essentially, the way it works is brands can now slice and dice our 1.8 million customers and put them into whatever cohorts they want. It might be a category cohort, it might be customers that have shopped with competitors, but never with this brand before, or it may be everyone on Shopback. And what they can do is they can use this cohort and incentivize them to complete a shopping action with a reward. The reward could be bonus cashback, it could be a gift card, it could be a promo code, and they've got full faith knowing that, first of all, we can cap it, so we can work with a fixed budget, which is great. Second of all, it's completely ring fenced just to those customers, so it can't be used by any other partners or channels. And thirdly, it's fully incremental. For a customer to get it, they've actually got to go to the challenges section of the app and opt in and then complete the behavior. So a nice, real linear relationship. In fact, I actually used it the other day. I bought a bottle of gin off David Jones, and it kind of proves what we believe, which is product search helps customers discover from new brands. I had no idea that David Jones sold gin at all, nor were they competitively priced. And had I not gone onto product search, I probably would have just shopped from BWS or First Choice or Liquorland in one of the flash sales. But using product search, I was able to find out a new brand that I had never shopped with gin especially before, and go through them, which is really great.
Yeah, I'm surprised that David Jones was selling you the cheapest bottle of gin, if I'm to be honest.
So am I, to be honest.
But no, it's a great point to raise around product search, because I think it's a new way that people are operating in affiliates, and it's even more important now that advertisers have their product feeds up to date and making sure that those product feeds are the best possible quality so that they're reaching customers like you.
100%.
Great. So my last question for you is, what are some of the new opportunities or trends that you envisage happening in the coming year?
There's a lot of uncertainty floating around this year. It's been a very strange year so far. And if you're looking macroeconomically, there's a lot of uncertainty, and it's a bit of a challenging environment at the moment. I think there are a few things that we do know about what's going to happen this year. The first, to reflect on Shopback for a second, we're really pleased to announce that last week we secured a US $80 million fundraise from a book of world-class investors, which is great. It gives us great belief that it's not just us who believes in Shopback. It's not just our merchants and not just our customers. It's the people who are cashing our checks, which is very, very exciting. And we're looking forward to deploying that and driving even more valuable for all of those parties throughout this year. Touching on that uncertainty, what we do know is that customers always want to make sure their dollar stretches further. They're working harder than ever for it. And we exist to make shopping rewarding, delightful, and accessible. So we believe we've got a massive role to play this year in helping customers stretch their dollars even further, which is a very exciting position to be in, a very privileged position to be in. I think in terms of opportunities and trends that we're going to see this year, I think there's a few. Touching on the payment space, first of all, a couple of weeks ago, we actually launched Shopback Pay, which we're very, very excited about. It's already launched in Singapore, and we've got about 3,000 merchants live in Singapore at point of sale with QR code payments, which is very exciting after such a short time. And we're hoping to emulate that rollout here in Australia. We're a couple of weeks down and things are going really well. The way it kind of works, because this is a bit of a new space for Shopback, who's typically online, is this feature is essentially going to allow customers to get cashback and rewards points when they pay with either their credit card, debit card, or cashback, and essentially earn cashback on their Avo and Toast and coffee in the morning, which is really exciting, and it's kind of empowering us to let customers spend and reward themselves in more ways at the moment. We think that this landscape has been ripe for disruption for a while, and we've got great confidence, not only due to Singapore's progress, but with how QR codes are kind of used in Australia at the moment, that this is going to be a successful model, and we're super excited to see all the new customers that come from it. Our job is then to send them to the rest of our business units and to our merchants from there as well, which is great. I think maybe two more trends I touch on. The first, we're going to focus massively on building out our gift card offering. So currently you can come to Shopback and purchase with your credit card, debit card, or cashback a gift card for Australia's biggest retailers. Customers have told us they want more ways than ever to spend their cash back. So we're going to look at building that offering out even more, adding things like cinemas, things to do and activities, just to add even more value to our customers as well. I think in terms of the third point, we're always going to be innovating. We've got about 300 engineers on the Shopback books, which is super exciting. And they're very, very smart guys and very talented guys. We want to put them to work because we think there's a lot of value and there's a lot more we can do in the personalization space. As we continue to grow, brands want to make sure that the audience they're speaking to is relevant and qualified. And I think with what we've got planned when it comes to personalization, I think it's going to be a very, very exciting year for brands speaking to who they want to speak to and customers seeing increasingly relevant offers, which is great. There's a few things in the pipeline I'd love to tell you about, but I can't tell you about it just yet, no matter how much you twist my arm. But it's going to be, no, I can't do it, KG, can't do it. But it is going to be a very exciting year, so really looking forward to it.
Yeah, nice. And like, I'm glad that you mentioned all of these different ways that advertisers can work with you, because there really are so many different engagement opportunities beyond just putting a brand on a Shopback store page.
Definitely.
So yeah, I'm excited for you to be able to share that with everyone.
It's awesome. So are we.
Great. And I just want to finish by saying like a big thank you, Reese, for your time today. We really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure to be here, and thanks to you and the Partnerize team for having us.